Okay, it is 6:01. Good evening. Thank you all for coming. Dr. Sterling, would you mind if I asked you to say the prayer tonight? No. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, let's bow our heads.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to, for agenda approval, but with one change. I would like to add item number 6, and that's the recommendation for the final P and Z seat. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, JJ. All in favor? Raise your hand, please. Thank you. Okay, the next item on the list is minute approval. The minutes are from 6/12/2025. That's the work session minutes. And the next item is 6/17/2025, and that would be the regular voting minutes. I'd like to make a motion to approve both minutes with no changes. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. All in favor? Thank you all. New business, item number 1, this is the Aberdeen elevation. I have looked at them, I am fine with them, so I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and approve the Aberdeen elevation. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, JJ. Any comments before I take a vote? All in favor, raise your hand, please. Thank you all. Item number 2, this is the IGA between Hushin and DDA. Our DDA chair is here in the house. Thank you for coming, Jessica. I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and approve that. Is there a second?
I'll make a second.
Thank you, Dave. All in favor, raise your hand. Thank you. Item number 3, 0-25-04. This is a signed ordinance that has gone through P and Z. Yes, thank you. This is going to be a first read since we don't have all council members there, so I'm not going to take a vote on it. We'll do a second read at a special called meeting. So I'm just going to move beyond that one. Item number 4, 0-2025-05, compensation for mayor and council. This is also a first read since we do not have all of council here. So I'll have to call a special called meeting for the second read and final vote, which we will do that in the special called meeting at the same time as the first. So no vote there. Item number 5, Alma Farms right-of-way warranty deed.
It's on the multi-path.
On the multipath. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this warranty deed. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions on it? Concerns?
Just a little bit of discussion. I asked Jennifer to check and see, Jennifer, did you check to see if a privacy fence was going to be, or was that in the initial plans that Jerry Weiss drew up for our?
Yeah, I'm getting, Hugh is looking that up, but that still is separate from the deed, but we will double check on that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, did I get a second?
Well, when you drive down the road, you see everybody's backyards. And I could have sworn we had, one of the conditions of Alma Farms coming into play right there was to be a 6-foot privacy fence. That way it would block all the the grills and the lawn chairs and all
Oh.
that stuff on the back side of those houses,
Oh,
facing, coming back it up to Peachtree
I'm
Road.
sure they would approve that. I mean, they would appreciate that as well.
But then they put up this wrought iron fence,
Yeah, they did.
which the,
Yeah,
Okay.
Doesn't cut it.
yeah.
that's just me.
Well, I'm still holding, their, bond, so, I'll hold that until we get this,
I would just like some
clear.
clarification.
Yeah,
on it, that's all.
absolutely. Yes, sir.
If it's too late, of course it's too late,
Yes, sir, I will check on that.
thank you.
Okay, when I made the motion, did I get a second? Jim, you seconded it? Okay, all in favor? Okay. Item number 6, this is a P and Z, final seat recommendation. I'm gonna go ahead and, make a motion to approve, Ms. Reed, Megan Reed again. Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion?
My concerns remain that she will have to recuse, or the appearance of, even if it doesn't rise to the level of needing to legally recuse, the association of her husband with, a gentleman who's had many, many, items before planning and zoning, it leads to the appearance of potential favoritism.
Noted, thank you, Tina. Dave, anything?
Yeah, I also, stand where I said earlier, about denying it for myself, not only for what, Ms. Brown said, but also for, one of the reasons that we wanted to bring somebody like that on was because of the DOT experience. But what I've learned since then is that if there is a DOT project, she has to recuse herself from that as well because of interference there. So I have some problems with that as well, so I'd just like that to be stated.
Okay.
I think a lot of times when somebody comes into the part of recusal, it's also a nice phone call to the city attorney to suggest that that person recuses himself from the decision-making process. Sometimes Ab says yes, sometimes he says no, just depending on what the situation is. And I'm sure she wouldn't mind. I'm sure she has no issue with maybe recusing herself. But there again, that's why we pay a city attorney.
If I may. Again, it might not rise to the level of legally needing to recuse, but I think it's very important that we are open and conduct ourselves in a way that, is above reproach. And, I also realize that we have, 6 other candidates, some of whom with more related experience from which to choose, and I'm confused why we're not discussing those.
We can, we're in the discussion now, so we can if you want.
I didn't know it was going to be added to the agenda, so I don't have my applications, but there were 2 that in particular, that I felt would be more appropriate, given their experience and lack of conflict.
I thought we already voted them in, or did we not?
Just one, excuse me, 2 so far. Wait, 1.
Yeah, no, you,
Two.
last month y'all voted in 2.
Yeah, 2. Chris
Ms.
and,
Moody, has resigned. You're still in her seat, Ms. Christine Moody.
Mayor, from what Tina just said, I'd like to recommend maybe that, we table this object and study who's on the list, because I too was not aware this was going to be on there. So I know who I don't want to vote for, but I don't know exactly who I do want to vote for, so.
I'd like to hear from the rest of council regarding, going forward with the motion or tabling. I'm open either way.
I mean, we discussed her before among other, candidates. And so I just move that we go on forward.
Okay.
I mean, are we gonna take, just go ahead and make a decision.
Same here.
JJ?
I agree, Mayor, and for the record, I'd like to say that, Councilman Brown, I have heard both of you loud and clear, and I respect your opinion as always, and I don't think that we should, that somebody should be looked at, in a way that is somewhat being portrayed because, their family has invested, owns a business in Houston. We look for great leaders, we encourage great leaders. I appreciate Megan for stepping up, and I think she'll do an excellent job.
I would just like to make one thing clear, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the husband owns any of the businesses. He's an employee of a couple, but that's it. He doesn't own them, just to be clear.
Which is correct, which is why it will not rise to the level of being a legal need to recuse. But again, I think we should avoid all appearance of favoritism.
Okay, so James, you want to go forward? Dr. Sterling, I heard you want to go forward. JJ, you want to go forward? You wanted to table, and Tina, you wanted to,
I would have seconded his tabling so that I could review the remaining applications. There, again, are abundant of qualified people from which to choose.
okay. So because, there's 4 council members that want to go forward, then I'm going to go forward with the motion to select Megan Reed as the PNCC. Is there a second to that again?
I second.
Okay, all in favor? All opposed? Okay, thank you. I make the motion